Miss Chandra here, and I'm just getting warmed up and ready to teach you all about the letter R and the sound that R makes. Hello, my radiant scholars. Are you ready to learn all about the letter R and the sound that R makes? I know I am. Let's get started. This is a capital R, and this is a lowercase r. Big or small, R makes the sound R. Before we get into practicing the sound of R, let's go through some really rad facts about the letter R. First off, did you know there are so many great words in the English language that start with the letter R and the sound R? Well, I'm about to make it rain with those words. Are you ready? Here they come. Robot, rabbit, rain, rainbow, ring, rose, write, red, read, rake, run, rip, rap, race, race car. Even foods like radishes, raisins, rice, or raspberries. Whoa! R is another one of our consonant letters or basic speech sounds. R is another one of our continuous sounds. That means, scholars, when we make the sound of R, we keep going. R is a very tricky letter to learn. You want to be very careful not to put an at the end of it. So we don't say R when we make the sound of R. Don't do that. We say R, like red. We also don't want to say like we hear in the middle of words like bird. Is a different sound. The sound of the consonant letter R is R. Watch and listen to me make the sound of R first. R. I want you to think of the color red. Go ahead and say the color red out loud now. Red. When I point to my hat, say red. Ready? Great. Do you hear that sound in the beginning of the word red? That's the sound of R. Are you ready to make it with me? Let's do it together. Ready? Great job holding it because it's a continuous sound. When you see me close my fist, scholars, go ahead and stop making the sound. Let's practice again together. Ready? Go. Excellent. Now can you do it all by yourself? Let me get my listening ears out from under my hat. All right, I'm listening to you. Make the sound of R. Go. Awesome job. All right, friends, I'm going to set my red hat down, and then we're going to jump into learning our movement of the day to help us practice this tricky sound even more. It's time to jump right in and learn our movement of the day for the letter R. Scholars, have you ever seen those robot vacuums that move around floors of homes and clean up the floor? Oh, they're so cool. Well, we're about to pretend that we're a robot, a racing robot that's going to roam around the house and pick up the floor. Fun. All right, here's what that movement looks like. We're going to get our robot arms up, and we're going to scoot and roam and move around the house, making the sound of R like this. Doesn't it look fun? It is fun. Can you try it with me? Get your robot hands up. Ready? All right, racers. Let's go ahead and robot race around the house fast. Are you ready? On 3. 1, 2, 3. Excellent. Okay, now let's go slow and relaxed. Ready, friends? And go! Great job. Do you think you have that movement down? How are you feeling about our sound? The movement helps us with the sound, doesn't it? I agree. Well, speaking of racing robots, we're about to read our story of the day where we're going to meet Roger, another robot. Roger is going to need your help racing around the house to clean up the floor. Are you ready to meet Roger and help with our story of the day? All right, I'll join you in just a minute with our story of the day, Roger the Racing Robot. See you soon. All right, racers, it's time to read our story of the day, Roger the Racing Robot. Some of you might have printed out this worksheet at home, and you might have it in front of you. The worksheet looks like this. If you have it in front of you, I don't want you to do anything with it just yet. I want you to just listen to me read the story out loud. You'll see the story and words on your screen as I read. I'm going to need your help acting out the story, making that sound of R and pretending you're a racing robot roving around the house. When I point to you, I want you to make the sound of R and do our movement of the day. I'll help by closing my fist when it's time for you to stop. Are you ready? Okay, friends, here we go. Roger, the racing robot. Roger was a radical robot. He loved to race around the house. Roger helped clean up the floor. When it was really messy, Roger raced at a rapid pace. Fast, ready? When it was clean, Roger was relieved and relaxed. Roger always stayed ready to race around the house. Can you help Roger refresh the floor? Great job, scholars! Way to help Miss Chandra and Roger with our story of the day. I'm going to go ahead and set our story down because do you know what's up next? It's Miss Chandra's favorite. Oh, some of you have watched with me before. I hear you saying it. That's right. It's time for the mystery box. Inside this box, friends, are objects and things in the real world that all start with the letter R and the sound that R makes. In just a minute, I'm going to pull out the objects one at a time. When I pull it out, your job is to shout out what the object is. Then we sing a little song that says the object's name and that it starts with R. Let's have Marvin come out and help us demonstrate how we play this game. All right, scholars, I'm here with Marvin. Go ahead and say hi to Marvin. Marvin says hello. All right, Marvin's gonna help teach us how we're going to play our mystery box game. What's that, Marvin? Oh, Marvin says to teach us and demonstrate how we play, he's going to perform an activity. All right, let's have Marvin go into the mystery box and let's see what he pulls out. Go for it, Marvin. Oh, what's that? Okay, scholars, What is Marvin doing? Remember, it's going to start with the letter and sound of the day. Marvin is, yes, reading. Reading starts with R. So then we're going to sing our song that sounds like this. Reading starts with R. All right, I'm going to set this book and Marvin down, and let's see what we've got inside today. The first object I'm going to pull out is... Scholars, what is this? That's right, it's ribbon. Ribbon starts with R. All right, let's see what else I've got. Scholars, what is this? That's right, it's a rose. Are you ready to sing? Rose starts with R. Let's see what else we've got. Oh. Scholars, what is this? I'm going to zoom in a little closer. Great job! That's rice. Ready to sing? Rice starts with R. All right, we have one thing left. Are you ready? Oh, it's jumping around a little bit. It's hard for me to catch. Oh, scholars, what is this? It's not a bunny. What could it be? You got it. It's a rabbit. Are you ready to sing with me? Let's go. Rabbit starts with R. Great job, scholars. Thanks for exploring the mystery box with me and Marvin today. I'm going to put our mystery box down and get set up for our next activity. All right, my wonderful readers, it's time for us to jump in and do our supply check before we begin our next activity. Before we get to that supply check, let's go over what we've already learned today. So far, you've learned all about the letter R and the sound that R makes. We explored some really rad facts about the letter R. You didn't just learn our sound, you also learned our fun movement where we pretended we were racing robot vacuums helping to pick up the house. We then read our story of the day, Roger the Racing Robot, and got to explore our mystery box. Well, we are not done yet. In the next part of our video, we're going to complete 2 worksheets together. But before we can do those worksheets, there's a couple of supplies that I need you to have in front of you now. Let's go through them quickly. First up, please make sure that you have a good pencil. And by good, I mean one that's sharp and ready to write. You could have a skinny pencil, a fat pencil, a mechanical pencil. Any kind of pencil is fine. Just make sure it's sharp and ready to write. In fact, friends, I like you to have at least 2 pencils. That way, if one breaks, you can just pick up the spare and keep going and learning with me. If you have 2 sharp pencils, the next thing I need you to have is a good eraser. Your pencils might have erasers at the end of them. If they do, you're all set. If those erasers are a little bit worn out, please have a standalone eraser handy in your learning space. All right, if you have your pencils and you have an eraser, the next thing Miss Chandra needs you to have is a highlighter. Any color will do. Just make sure you have something to highlight with. You're also going to need something to color with. I like my scholars to either use some crayons or some colored pencils. If you have those supplies, the last thing I need you to have are 2 worksheets that an adult should have already printed out for you. The first worksheet looks like this, and it's titled, I Can Read with R, and Roger, our racing robot, is at the top. The second worksheet looks like this. Roger's on this one too, and it's our story of the day, Roger the Racing Robot. If you have all of those things, you're all set. You're ready to go. If you forgot something or you need to get something, no worries. Just press pause on the video now and get yourself all set up. When you're set up and ready to go, press play and we'll be jumping into completing our first worksheet together. Great job getting yourself all set up. The first thing I need you to do is to get your name at the top of worksheet 1, I Can Read with R. Please write your name nice and neat at the top of your paper. Remember, scholars, when you write your name, take pride in your writing. What I mean by pride is use your personal best. Be proud of your work. You're working hard watching this video, and we're about to do a worksheet. So let's use our personal best handwriting and keep everything nice and neat. All right, I'm gonna get my name at the top of my paper. When I come back to you, we're jumping to job number 1. Here I am at job number 1 and ready to read the directions at the top of our paper. Please touch with your pencil job 1 on your paper. All right, reading the directions, here we go. Circle the pictures that begin with the sound of R. Let's look at our first picture. Ooh, scholars, what is that? That's right, it's a rocket. Does rocket start with the letter and sound of R? Yes, it does. Go ahead and circle it. All right, I'm looking at the next picture. I see an arrow and it's pointing to the right. Does right start with the letter and sound of R? Ding, ding, ding. Yes, it does. Go ahead and circle the arrow that's pointing right. At this point in the video, scholars, if you want to be independent and complete the rest of job 1 all by yourself, you can absolutely do that. When I say press pause, go ahead and press pause and finish the top section all by yourself. You'll continue to look at the pictures, circle the things that start with our sound and letter of the day, R, cross out the things that do not. But if you don't want to do it by yourself and you want to keep doing it with me, Miss Chandra, that's perfectly fine too. So if you want to do it by yourself, press pause. If not, let's keep going. Moving to the next picture. Scholars, what is that? That's right, it's a whale. Does whale start with the letter and sound of R? Wah, wah, wah. It does not. Go ahead and cross it out. All right, friends, moving to the next picture, I see that's right, bike. Does bike start with the sound of R? No. Go ahead and cross it out. You're doing a super job. Let's go to our next picture. What is this? That's right, it's a rainbow. Does rainbow start with the sound of R? You got it. Go ahead and circle it. Rainbow starts with R. Ooh, yummy. Scholars, what fruit is this? That's right, it's a pineapple. Does pineapple start with the sound of R? R. No, it does not. Go ahead and cross it out. We have one picture left. Scholars, what is this? Ooh, some friends are saying bunny and some are saying rabbit. Let's go with rabbit today. Does rabbit start with the letter and sound of R? R. I can see you circling. You already knew because rabbit starts with R. R. Great job finishing job number 1. If you're just joining us, go ahead and take a minute and double check your paper with mine.
Good.
Okay. All right, we're going to keep going. We're going to keep getting smarter and keep working hard. We're at job number 2, where we're going to trace, write, read, and match 3 words that start with our sound of the day. Let's do the first one together. All right, scholars, I'm going to trace my first word, starting with the lowercase r. When you're ready, moving to the lowercase u, and then the lowercase n. When you're done tracing, you're going to write that word all by yourself. Remember, as you write, use that personal best handwriting. Take your time. It's not a race. You may go faster or slower than Miss Chandra, and that's perfectly fine. If you need more time, feel free to press pause on your video now. Now that we traced and we wrote our first word, we're ready to read it. If you need any more time to catch up, press pause on your video now. When you press play, we'll be reading the word together. Okay, for those of you that are ready, or if you're just coming back, great job. Let's read that first word together. Ready? Run. Run. Where's the picture that shows someone or something running? Great job, you got it. All right, friends, we have 2 more words to trace, write, read, and match. I want you to do this part all by yourself. I want you to practice being independent. When I say press pause on your video and complete the next 2 words in job 2 all by yourself. When you're finished, press play and you can double check your work with my paper. I know you can do it. Ready? Press pause now. Welcome back, superstars. Great job being independent and completing job 2 all by yourself. Go ahead and take a minute and check your paper with mine now. If you need to make any corrections, go ahead and fix your paper now. Now it's time to trace and read our power sentence in job number 3. Let's go ahead and start by tracing all the words in our power sentence. Are you ready? I am. Let's get going, super writers. Remember, scholars, the things we do the most are the things we do the best. And that includes writing, reading, even tracing, like you're doing right now. So take your time and use your personal best to get all those words traced. When you come back to me, we're going to read the sentence together. If you need more time to finish your tracing, go ahead and press pause on the video. Welcome back, scholars. Great job on all your hard work so far. You've been reading, writing, and tracing. By now, you should have finished tracing your power sentence. we're going to read the power sentence together. I'm touching under the first word, show. Ready, friends? Reading together. Go. Show respect to all. What a great message. Let's read it again. Ready? Show respect to all. Wow. Show respect to all. We should show respect to everyone. And you know what? We're going to explore this word respect more at the close of our video. So let's save our discussion for now and jump to job 4, where we're going to draw a picture of something that starts with R. What are you going to draw today? I can't wait to see. I want to be surprised. So go ahead and press pause on your video and draw something or some things that start with the letter and sound of R. When you press play, I'll share my picture with you and you can share your picture with me. I can't wait to see what it is. Get to drawing, scholars. Press pause now. Hello, artist. Did you have fun thinking about things that started with the letter and sound of R? What did you draw? Can you share with me now? Can you hold up your paper so I can see it? Wow! Look at all those great pictures! That's incredible! Well, I'm going to show you my paper on your screen right now. Miss Chandra drew a rose, a ring, and a rainbow. Those were all the things that my brain was thinking about. Whew! Okay, so we finished worksheet 1. We have just one job left. We need to read our story of the day together. Go ahead and grab Roger the Racing Robot. Get started on putting your name nice and neat at the top of your paper. In just a minute, you're going to join me touching the first word Roger in our story. I'm going to get my name nice and neat at the top of my paper, and you should be writing your name right now. I'll see you in a minute where we're going to start reading Roger the Racing Robot. I'm right here touching the first word Roger in the title of our story. I can't wait to read this story with you again. If you need more time to get set up or to put your name at the top of worksheet number 2, go ahead and press pause now. When you press play, we'll be reading our story of the day. Okay, I'm ready to start. Are you touching with your finger or pencil that word Roger in the title? Great listening. You're all ready to go. Okay, friends, here we go. Roger the Racing Robot. There he is. Hi, Roger. Roger was a radical robot. He loved to race around the house. Roger helped clean up the floor. When it was really messy, Roger raced at a rapid pace. Fast. When it was clean, Roger was relieved and relaxed. Ready? Roger always stayed ready to race around the house. Can you help Roger refresh the floor? Great job, and thanks for helping me make our sound and movement of the day. All right, now that we read our story one time, let's jump to the bottom and read the directions of what we need to do. Highlight the words that begin with the R sound. Okay, that means we better grab our highlighters and we're going to search and hunt through this story for all the words that start with our letter and sound of the day. Let's jump back to the title, Roger the Racing Robot. Does Roger start with the sound of the day, Roger? Yep, it does. So take your highlighter and let's highlight the word Roger. What other words in the title start with our sound of the day? Roger the Racing. Are we going to highlight that one? Yep, we sure are. Go ahead and highlight racing. Do you see any other words in the title that we need to highlight? Me too. We better highlight robot because robot starts with R. Go ahead, friends. Highlight robot. Okie dokie. It's time for you to be independent. That means I want you to finish highlighting all the words in the story that start with the letter R and the sound R all by yourself. When I say go, press pause on the screen and continue highlighting all the words you can find. When you press play, I'll be right here waiting and I'll have the answers on the screen to share with you. Are you ready to highlight? Are you ready to be independent? I know you are. Ready? Go. Press pause now. Welcome back, scholars. Great work highlighting those words that started with the letter and sound of R. All right, go ahead and check your paper with Miss Chandra's on your screen now. If you need to correct or fix anything, go ahead and take a minute to do just that. Now that we've finished highlighting, you know what we need to do. It's time to color in a happy face at the bottom of our paper. You can pick any color you want. Go ahead, grab a crayon or a colored pencil, and let's color in that first happy face. All right, friends, I'm moving to our next job, which says, draw a happy face above the boy and girl. We need to draw a happy face above the boy and girl because they're happy and feel good because they helped Roger clean up the house. You can use your pencil or your coloring crayon to draw your happy face. After you're done putting a happy face above the boy and the girl, be sure to color in that second happy face at the bottom of your paper because we just finished our second job. Your last job, scholars, is to read the story one time all by yourself. What that means, friends, is that when this video is over, Miss Chandra would like you to make sure that you read this story at least one more time. Because the things we do the most are the things we do the best. And that absolutely applies to reading. The more we read, the better we get. The easier it becomes, the more we learn, the smarter we get, the more we can do. Isn't that great? All right. So you're going to read this story one time all by yourself, or you can read it with a friend. You can read it to a toy or stuffed animal. You can read it with mom or dad, with an adult, with a teacher, with a classmate, with a family member. Or if you're all by yourself, you can rewind this video all the way back to when we first read the story, and you can read it with me, Miss Chandra. Look at all the choices you have. Go ahead and pick one choice, but be sure that you read the story at least one more time. When you finish reading your story again, you can color in your third and final happy face. Then you will have completed all of your activities for the letter of the day R. Let's go ahead and take a deep breath in together. Ready? And out. Whew! It feels so good to work hard and get so much learning done. We're going to close today's scholars with our power word of the day. Today's power word is respect. We read it in our power sentence where it said, show respect to all. And that is very important. We hear this word a lot, so let's take a minute and talk about what it means. What does it mean to show respect? When you show respect, scholars, that means that you're nice and kind to other people. That means that you're polite. You have manners. You make good choices. That means when someone speaks, you listen. And you listen with the purpose of trying to understand what they're saying. Showing respect is very similar to being a good friend. When you show people respect, you don't put them down. You don't tease them. You only put them up. I like to say put ups, no put downs. You compliment them. That's part of being nice and kind. Respect goes both ways. You don't only show and give respect, but you earn respect from other people, and you deserve respect from other people. Just as you treat people kind and nice, you want people to treat you kind and nice, and you deserve to be treated that way, and you should be treated that way. So it's important that we show and give respect to others, but it's equally as important that we get respect back. Miss Chandra has respect for you. I respect you. I show you that because I'm nice and kind in my videos. I compliment you. I listen to you when it's your turn. That's how I show you respect. You show me respect by trying your best in these videos, listening to me, laughing and joking and having fun the whole way. I know that I haven't met some of you in person, and I wish that I have. I wish that you were sitting right here in front of me in my in-home classroom. But whether I'm seeing you in person or talking to you through our videos, we can still show each other respect. So remember, be respectful to all. I can't wait to see you again. Take care, scholars. Bye-bye.